Good evening, everyone, from Richland, Mississippi, just south of Jackson. It's time for area high school baseball action as your Sumrall Bobcats look to advance to the next round of the South State 4A playoffs, taking on the Richland Rangers. I'm Kelly Sander, along with producer-engineer Mac Baudouin, as the Bobcats, wearing their powder blues tonight, get ready to play the Rangers here on Ranger Field. Leading it off for the Bobcats, Garrett Brazil. He'll be followed by Landon Holloman, the shortstop. Brazil, of course, playing center field. Walker Long bats third. He'll be followed by the DH, Connor Walker, who is swinging it for the pitcher, Dr. Jack Miller. Connor Walker bats fourth. He's the DH. Batting fifth for the Bobcats is the team leader in home runs, Cade Clinton. Leo Odom batting sixth. And then rounding out the batting order for the Bobcats is Landon Hawkins, Tyson Hicks, and Hampton Baudouin. Hawkins at third, Hicks at second, and Baudouin in right field. On the mound for the Rangers is Ethan Keene. Keene was the catcher in Game 1 in Sumrall the other night. And ironically, the catcher is Carson Reed, who was the pitcher. So the man who was the pitcher in Game 1 is now the catcher. The man who was the catcher is now the pitcher. Keene, the hurler tonight for the Rangers, is a junior. Just two seniors on this Richland team, who comes into the contest 8-16-1. Sumrall 22-5, looking to advance to the next round against either Greene County or South Pike. Greene County won Game 1 of that best-of-3 game series and can advance with a win tonight. So again, for the Bobcats, it's Brazil, Holloman, Long, Walker, Clinton, Odom, Hawkins, Hicks, and Baudouin. As we are looking dead into the sun. Got kind of a hum in my headphone here. We'll see if we can figure out what that hum is, but as long as you're getting the picture and seeing what's going on here. Righty versus lefty, the matchup, and we are underway here from Ranger Field. The first pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Brazil hitting .419 with one home run and 15 runs batted in. No wind at all, a beautiful, cool night here just south of Jackson. Swung on, grounded to first base, fielded, and flips to first for the 3-1 putout. Nice job by Bates, and Keene over to cover the bag. Karen Thompson watching on the live stream, so is Christy Martin. Christy Martin watching on the big screen down in Folsom, Louisiana. And Karen Martin with her traditional yellow and blue heart. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball there for Holloman. One out, bases empty. Holloman hitting .384 with no homers and 19 runs batted in. Check swing, they'll appeal it to first base, and Holloman was given the pass there. So a ball and a strike. Of the two pitchers, of the two guys that throw it for the Rangers, Keene, the guy throwing here, throws it harder. But his Achilles heel has been, sometimes he's been a little bit wild. Holloman behind in the count here, 1-2. Top of the first inning, Game 2 of the best-of-3 game series. That pitch is upstairs. 2-2. Walker Long on deck, the outstanding catcher for Sumrall. The 2-2 pitch, that bounces up there. There you see a little bit of that, what can be a problem for him at times. Jim and Glenda Cody are watching from the 601. If you want to get in on our text line, don't forget it's 601-310-7077. Full count pitch coming up to Holloman here. Here's the payoff. Fastball on the outside corner, got him on strikes. Holloman might have been looking for something off speed. And he is rung up for the second out of the inning, 2 away. And here's Walker Long now, hitting a torrid .433. Long is second on the team in home runs with 4, but he leads the team in runs batted in with 41 runs across. Hitting in that 3-hole, and that pitch is outside for ball 1. Richland is a county school, a Rankin County school. And when you think of this school system, here's the 1-0. That one's a strike, 1-1. Just listen to the Richland School District. You've got Northwest Rankin, all right. Brandon is considered a Rankin County school. There's the 1-1. There's strike 2. So you've got Northwest Rankin. You've got Brandon. You've got Richland. You've got Pisgah, Pelahatchie. You've even got swing and a miss. Walker Long down on strikes. And you've even got Puckett. So you could go from Puckett all the way to Northwest Rankin and all be in the Rankin County schools. So the Bobcats down 1-2-3 here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. So we go to the bottom of the first inning here. No score. The Rangers coming up to bat. And let's go over the Richland batting order now. Carson Reed, the catcher, leads it off. He'll be followed by the pitcher, Ethan Keene. J.B. Alexander, one of the 2 seniors on this team for Richland. He bats third. He's playing second base. Jesse Perkins, the shortstop, batting cleanup tonight. Then comes Lawson Bird, hitting 5th. He's playing right field. Hitting 6th and playing center is Bryce Shows. Jasper Moorhead, the left fielder, bats in the 7th hole. And then rounding out the lineup for the Rangers is the first baseman, Ben Bates, and Tucker Evans, the third baseman. So for the Rangers, it's Reed, Keene, Alexander, Perkins, Bird, Shows, Moorhead, Bates, and Evans to face Dr. Jack Miller. Miller comes into this game with a win-loss record of 3-1 with a 2.47 earned run average. He has thrown 22 2/3 innings. He has struck out 21 and walked 16. He has given up 22 hits in 22 2/3 innings. The defense again, Hawkins at third, Holloman at short, Hicks at second, and Odom at first. And then the outfield, left to right. Is Clinton in left, Brazil in center, and Baudouin in right. So that's the defensive set for you. As Carson Reed will lead it off against Miller. Tessa Morales is checking in from the 601. Cheering for the Bobcats. And you see our view looking right into the sun here at Ranger Field. From the 769, Nisha and KT are watching with the Coolies. They're watching from Thailand. And they play golf with Tristan Cooley at William Carey. Oh, they're from Thailand. I was going to say they're not watching from Thailand. They're from Thailand. I was going to say that they'd have to get up, literally have to get up pretty mighty early in the morning to watch this game if you were in Thailand. 0-2 the count to Carson Reed. Miller working quickly. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and he gives himself up at the plate. And Reed down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Drew Davis no-hit the Rangers in Game 1. There's a drive to deep center field that Brazil is able to handle for the first out of the inning, but Ethan Keene was first pitch swinging and is out on the fly. So 2 up and 2 down, and that'll bring up the second baseman, J.B. Alexander. This is a young Richland team. Talking to Coach Jonathan Broom, believe it or not, this Richland team is coached by a person with the last name of Broom, which if there was ever a Sumrall or Lamar County name, here's a swung on, grounded to second, should be routine for Hicks. It is. Flip to second base, and the Rangers are up and down as well in the bottom of the first inning. But talking to Jonathan Broom, the coach at Richland, he said that his best players are in the under classes of freshmen and sophomores. So the best is yet to come for this Richland team. They finished 4th in their region. Other teams in their region include Northeast Jones, Newton County, and Northeast Jones playing Purvis in the first round of the playoffs. Alexander out on that 4-3, so again, for the Rangers, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. The Sumrall Bobcats on the World Wide Web on the Sumrall Athletics YouTube channel, brought to you by Diversified Forestry Management, Real South Hunting, American Graphics, Watts Brothers Implements, Kids Campus Learning Centers, Kids with a K, Campus with a K, Landry, Lewis, and Germany Architects, Alpha Insurance, Spencer Nixon Agent, Winburn Lawn and Landscaping, Parkwright Striping and Seal Coating, and High and Tight Gentlemen's Club. So here's Connor Walker leading it off here in the top of the second inning. Walker hitting .255 with a homer and 15 runs batted in, going up against the pitcher Ethan Keene, and he takes a strike. So Keene has been pounding the strike zone here early on, just in the second inning, but both pitchers have been in control here, as that is a strike on the inner part of the plate, 0-2. Both Keene and Miller have been mixing fastballs and benders, but all of them have been in the zone. 0-2 pitch, he missed upstairs. Coach Jonathan Broom saying that Keene throws a little bit harder than Reed, who was Game 1 starter, but sometimes can have some control issues. The 1-2 pitch swung on. There's a base hit into left field. Nice job by Connor Walker, who took a pitch that was over the outer part of the plate and just went with it between third and shortstop for the base hit. So he's there to lead off the second inning, and here's Cade Clinton. Clinton hitting a blistering .373. Clinton leading the team in home runs with 5, 32 runs batted in. High and outside, ball 1. We are, from our location, we are facing Highway 49. And we are facing west, obviously, as that sun goes down. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Clinton tried to add his 6th home run of the year with that swing. Top of the second inning. First hit at first base runner of the night. At first base, Connor Walker there with a leadoff base knock. Inside, gets away from the catcher. Connor Walker sprints down to second base. Throw is late. And Walker is now in scoring position with no outs. 2-1 the count to Clinton. Leo Odom is on deck here as the Bobcats bat in the top of the second, looking to advance to the next round of the playoffs. Already leading in this series, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Coming set is Keene, kicks and delivers. Just was able to foul it off and ruin a pitch there. Anytime with 2 strikes, you can ruin a pitch or two and put some added mileage on that pitcher's arm, especially with a team that doesn't have a very deep pitching staff like Richland. You're doing your teammates a big favor. Here's the 2-2. Shot right down the middle, got him looking. And Clinton is down on strikes. 1 away. And here comes Leo Odom. Odom hitting .344. Now batting number 4, Leo Odom. With a couple of taters and 16 runs batted in. Well, there's so many nicknames for home runs. Taters, dingers, round trippers, homers, 4-baggers. That's a fastball down the middle. Boy, Keen's fastball has been stealth-like tonight so far. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Odom has dug an 0-2 hole here. Game 3 tomorrow, should it be necessary, at Larry Knight Field. Again, the winner of this series would face either South Pike or Greene County. That was not an editorial comment about Greene County. It was just that shrimp salad, Mac, that hit me a little hard from lunch today. Now Keene back off of the pitching rubber. Southern Miss having its way with Arkansas State, game 1 of that 3-game Sun Belt series at Pete Taylor Park. 6-0 at last report. Eagles over the Wolves. 0-2 pitch, fouled into the screen. Odom still alive. Landon Hawkins on deck over here to our right. Bobcats wearing those powder blues. They love those powder blue uniforms and always feel like they play their best ball while they're wearing them. Here's the 0-2. Was able to put it right out in front to the pitcher. Keene sets his feet, lobs over to first for the out. So Odom is out on the 1-3. Walker cannot move on the play. So now with 2 outs, it'll be up to Hawkins to advance him, and Walker will be moving on contact. Hawkins hitting .264 with 1 home run, but 22 runs batted in. That pitch is high. The Richland Rangers, and of course there's the the Richland Rangers. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That gets away from the catcher, and racing down to third is Walker. The Ridgeland Titans, who Sumrall played earlier this year. A bug got inside my earphone there, and I had to get him out of there. 2-0 to Hawkins. He can be sitting dead red fastball here. Should Hawkins get on, then Hicks would come to bat. The 2-0 pitch swung on. He was looking fastball and popped it into the screen right in front of us here. Very comfortable night here in Richland as the sun begins to go down. Kind of tumultuous weather the last couple of days here in the central Mississippi area. 2-1 to Hawkins. The lead run just 90 feet away. Checked his swing but went around. So 2-2 now. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Coach Jonathan Broom making sure that indeed Hawkins was charged with the strike there. Andy Davis at third base, Steve Cooley at first. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, and Hawkins was waiting on it and spoiled it to stay alive. Two more rounds of playoffs before South State, and then of course the finals in Jackson, and the MHSAA would take over the broadcasts then. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Did he go? And he did. Hawkins is rung up on the strikeout. So the Bobcats strand a man at third. No runs on one hit, one man left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. We'll take our first break here on the Sumrall Athletics YouTube channel. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Perkins, Bird, and Shows. Squibbed off the end of the bat and rolling over here to our right for a strike. In the NFL draft, Jonathan Mingo of Ole Miss has been drafted. He has gone to the Carolina Panthers. So congratulations to him. There's a fastball strike as Dr. Jack Miller ahead in the count now 0-2 to Jesse Perkins, the Rangers shortstop. So rounds 2 and 3 rather of the NFL draft tonight. Miller took something off of it there, and Perkins spoiled that one to stay alive. 0-2. The lights are on here in Richland. You pass, I don't even know if you notice it necessarily, but you pass Richland High School every time you go to Jackson. It's right there on the right, just south of Jackson. Breaking ball swung on, grounded to third. Hawkins bobbles it quickly down the line, throw to first, not in time. That'll be an E5. It was a sharply hit ground ball, but nonetheless one that Hawkins should have handled. So here's Bird. We'll see how Jonathan Broom wants to play this here now. Bird in his second year as coach here at Richland. Hawkins at the elbow at third. See if they try to play bunt here. They do, and the bunt is down, and it's a beautiful bunt. Miller will go to first. The throw and the play is made. Sack bunt for Bird. Well executed by the offense and the defense. So Perkins in scoring position with one out, and here comes the center fielder, Bryce Shows. Shows hitting 6th in the order. He'll be followed by Jasper Moorhead, the left fielder. Jack Miller coming into the game with a really respectable 2.47 earned run average, swing and a miss. Miller getting more work toward the end of the year, and he has been unflappable. Sumrall, looking at a lot of first-round playoffs in years past, has made easy work of a lot of teams. Working their way toward state championship series. You'd think that certainly Purvis is going to be heard from. Newton County. Those are some of the usual suspects. Past Christian, Stone County might also have a say. Here's the 0-1. Low. But a strike. Called it a strike. So 1-1 the count now. Miller again. That's high and away. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Bryce Shows, the center fielder. Now the scoreboard's got it right. Pickoff play at second base. Runner back on this 3-man umpiring crew. Strange dimensions here at Ranger Field in that left field is the short field. Because you probably can't see it on our camera angle, but we'll talk about it here in just a second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Fastball on the corner. Shows was fooled, and he's the second recorded out. You can't see from our camera, but when you look at left field, there's a short fence out there, which is actually the bullpen. It's kind of a lighter colored green, which is the bullpen area. First pitch is high there to Jasper Moorhead. And because that bullpen is there, it really shortens up left field. So the short porch here is left, not right, like most fields. Here's the 1-0. Swan, here's a drive to center field. Ball is well hit, but being measured and playable by Brazil. He hauls it in for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error, 1 man left on base. We've completed 2 here in Richland, and in game 2, no score between the Bobcats and Rangers. This is the home of Sumrall Bobcat baseball. So here's Tyson Hicks. It'll be Hicks, Baudouin, and Brazil for the Bobcats here in the top of the 3rd inning. Hicks hitting .211 with no homers and 8 runs batted in. Righty versus lefty this matchup, and the first pitch is high, ball 1. Hicks, we mentioned no homers and 8 runs batted in, but putting Andy Davis using some left-handed looks against the right-handed pitching of Ethan Keene. That one was in position A for strike 1. There's another one. Strike 2, 1-2 to Hicks. Baudouin on deck. Sumrall batting here in the 3rd. Both teams have danced around each other a little bit here in the first 2 innings. Swing and a miss. Got him with an off-speed pitch. Hicks was fooled and way out in front of it. So 1 out. And here's Baudouin. Baudouin hitting .328 with .223. 2 homers, 23 runs batted in. And then Sumrall will turn the batting order over and go back to the top with Brazil. Right down the chute. Keene, with that blistering fastball, has been dissecting the plate most of the night. And the Bobcats would do well to read fastball and adjust otherwise. Ground ball to short, throw to first, and Baudouin is out on the 6-3. 2 up and 2 down for the Rangers, and here's Brazil. The other thing that you have to keep in mind, another reason that the Bobcats would like to make quick work of the Rangers, is that the forecast tomorrow night is a little ominous. And Sumrall's field drains pretty well, but you don't want to have to take that chance of letting Ranger pitchers get some extra time to rest. 1-0 pitch to Brazil. Swung on, that's down the line and foul. It actually hit the umpire in the knee. Now, the good news is the umpire was standing in foul territory. Had he been standing in fair territory and it hit him, we'd have had a problem. But he clearly was in foul territory when it hit him. So it's just a loud strike. And Brazil will come back to work. Andy Davis out there to check on him as well. Base is empty, 2 outs here for the Cats in the top of the third. Again, a 3-man crew out of the Jackson area working this game. Boy, that had at least 2 bases written all over it. Had Brazil been able to move that one over just a hair. Mac, don't have to worry about the computer overheating now, do we? Because things have cooled down a little bit as the sun has bid its adieu for this Friday night. That's high, 2-1 now. Brazil hitting .419. Just a terrific senior season for the Sumrall center fielder. That's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Holloman hoping to get another shot at Ethan Keene, the junior pitcher for the Rangers. Ooh, just missed. So the count fills now at 3-2. The Rangers do not want to give Brazil a free pass. He is ever so dangerous when he's on the bases. 3-2 pitch, swung on. Here's a chopper right back to the pitcher. Better get it down the line, and they do. And Brazil is out on the 1-3, and the Bobcats are out for the second time in 3 innings. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still no score between the Bobcats and the Rangers. This is the home of Sumrall Bobcat baseball. Back here in Richland tonight, it'll be hitters 8, 9, and 1. Bates, Evans, and Reed to face Jack Miller. Dr. Jack Miller, as we like to call him. Bottom of the 3rd inning. That pitch is outside, ball 1. The only hit of the game is a single that Connor Walker was able to lace to left center field for Sumrall. That's outside again. 2-0, Miller behind in the count to Ben Bates, the Ranger first baseman. Inside, 3-0. The Ranger colors of navy, red, and white. That's there. 3-1, so Bates will have to get to work. Lights have been on here from the get-go. Fouled into the screen here to fill the count at 3-2. Rain in the forecasts, kind of off and on all day tomorrow. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, chopper to short. Attacked by Holloman, throws across his body for the out. I had no doubt on that one away. And here's Tucker Evans. You hit it to the wrong guy. Here's Evans. The third baseman. So credit Miller on that last at bat. He fell behind Bates 3-0, and it would have been real easy for him to fold the tent, but he came back and retired Bates. The 0-1 pitch. High pop-up. Holloman retreating. Coming in is Clinton, and it's Holloman with the catch. So 2 up and 2 down, and here's Carson Reed now as the Rangers now have turned over their batting order. These two teams are exactly in the same spot in the batting order. Swung on, chopper to third. Hawkins has got this one. Throws to first to retire the side. Up and down, 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We have completed 3 just that quickly. No score here tonight in Richland between the Rangers and the Bobcats. Game 2 of the best of 3 game series in the first round of the 4A State High School South State Baseball Playoffs. Back with more in a moment. This is the home of Sumrall Bobcat Baseball. College baseball action. Southern Miss is clobbering Arkansas State in game 1 of that 3-game weekend series. 10-0, Southern Miss is ahead at Pete Taylor Park. They've moved up game 2 of that series to an earlier start tomorrow because of anticipated rain. So the Eagles have got the toughest part of their schedule behind them at this point. So here we go. The Bobcats batting in the top of the 4th. It'll be Holloman, Long, and Walker. Holloman struck out looking his first time up, but came into the game hitting .384. First pitch to him is a half-hearted swing at a strike that was out of the zone. 0-1. Holloman no homers and 19 runs across. The 0-1. There's a shot past the third baseman, rounding first. Holloman flying around first on his way to second. Here's the throw into second. It is late. Holloman is there with a leadoff double. He never hesitated. He calls time now. He never hesitated going to second base. And now decision time for Andy Davis. You got your cleanup hitter up there, Walker Long, who has 4 homers and 41 RBIs. I would guess he's going to let Walker Long swing away, but we'll see here. First pitch to him is a strike right down the chute for, as we mentioned, a strike. Now Walker Long, if he can get anything hit to the right side, which would get Holloman over to third. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Now Long has to use the stick. He's in an 0-2 hole here. And a strikeout does no good. Doesn't advance anybody. Pickoff play at second base. And Holloman, as a 3-year starter, he's unlikely to make a veteran mistake like that, especially in a scoreless tie. 0-2 pitch, swung on, and it's hit to the right side. This is a good at bat. Pitcher will make the play himself. But again, if you can make an out and have a good at bat, that is it right there, because he advanced Holloman. So one away, but the go-ahead run is at third base. And Connor Walker, the same thing. If Connor Walker can get something to the right side, but Jonathan Broom now, the head coach for the Rangers, has pulled his infield in to try to cut Holloman down at the plate. Sumrall batting in the top of the fourth. Now this is a roll of the dice for the Rangers. First pitch here, swing and a miss. Connor Walker looking for the heater, and he got something off speed there. Fooled him. Now they'll move the middle of the infield back just a little bit. Real risk pulling the infield in because you got a power hitter here. Nice block by the catcher, Carson Reed, to keep the ball in front of him. The risk, of course, pulling the infield in with a power hitter is even if Connor Walker would hit something sharply, it would good chance it would get past to pulled in infield. The 1-1. There's a strike. 1-2 now with Cade Clinton awaiting his next at bat. Sumrall trying to punch across the first run of this game. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Here's a little looper toward left. That ball is down. And this will score Holloman easily. And the Bobcats lead at 1-0. Great at bat by Connor Walker there. That's the second time he's gone with an opsicle there. And that gets him an RBI, and the Bobcats are in the lead. Really, really nice job. There have been two really good at bats there by Connor Walker, I think, going the other way. And here's Cade Clinton, who struck out looking his only other at bat. But Clinton hitting .373 with 5 homers and 32 runs batted in. And the way the Bobcats have really handcuffed this Ranger team, that might be enough. But you always stand to score some more. There's a strike. But Ethan Keene has been throwing pills. He has really pitched well. The 0-1 low to Cade Clinton playing left field. But Clinton has caught some this year. He's played some right field. The 1-1 outside. Two and one. A man on and a man out here for Sumrall in the top of the fourth. The Bobcats have just grabbed the 1-0 lead. There's a drive to right center field. That ball is well hit. That ball is going to roll forever. It just now gets to the fence, rounding third. A run will score. Clinton comes into third base with a triple, and the Bobcats lead 2-0. Sitting on the fastball, that's what he got, and drilled it right between the defense and the outfield in right and center. Nice job. Now are they gonna appeal that Clinton maybe missed one of the bases? Did he touch all the bases? That's what I think they're going to appeal here. They had to have been watching, otherwise somebody had to have been watching, or they wouldn't have appealed it at all. but they said that he did touch them all. So I thought when Andy Davis started to walk this way that he thought that that call might go against him, but so Cade Clinton adds to his RBI total. Sumrall adds to the run total, and here's Odom now with a runner at third and one out. First pitch to Odom is a swing and a miss. Odom grounded to the pitcher his only other time up tonight. Odom hitting .344. He's got a couple homers and 16 batted in. Another breaking ball, swing and a miss. And you can bet that as long as Keene is getting him on the bender, that he'll keep putting it up there. Let's see if he comes. Now, two ways of thinking here. Odom might think that Keene would come right back with the heater, and then Keene might try to bust him with the heater, trying to throw what he's not thinking. Let's see. Went with the heater, and he was waiting on it. And drills it to center field. It is now 3-0 Sumrall. He guessed right. RBI for Odom. So here's Hawkins now with one out. Hawkins struck out on a check swing his first time. That pitch is high. The inning started off with a Holloman double. Then Long grounded back to the pitcher, but the pitcher ran over and stepped on the bag himself. Then Walker singled. Clinton tripled, and then Odom has just singled. That's low, gets away from the catcher, and Odom will scamper down to second. So he's in scoring position now. Timeout is called here. And Andy Davis will talk to Hawkins and to Odom. So the Bobcats were pretty quiet until this inning. And you'd have to think, with the way that the Bobcat pitchers have handcuffed this team, that for now, they're sitting pretty. So about ready to get back to action here. Two 2-0 to Hawkins, so he can be sitting fastball here. And of course, if you know what's coming, that obviously makes it a lot easier to be able to hit when you can take the guesswork out of it. The 2-0. There's the fastball, and that's considered low, 3-0 to Hawkins with Tyson Hicks on deck. Odom in a non-force situation at second base. There's the strike. And it was there. Bates in at the elbow at first base. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, a little looper toward the left field, and that drops for a base hit. Rounding third and on his way home is Odom. Throw to the plate is short, but because they threw it home, Hawkins moves on down to second base, so he's in scoring position now. That's a one-out RBI single for Hawkins, advancing to second on the throw. So the Bobcats have got their hitting shoes on now, and here comes Hicks. They have put up 4 runs with 1 out in the inning. Hicks struck out swinging his first time up, hitting 8th in the order for Andy Davis. He'll be followed by Hampton Baudouin. Again, Hawkins not in a force situation running. Tries to get the bunt down, and he did offer. So it's a strike. We were facing right into the sun when the game started. From your view, we're just a little bit down and to the right of that. Here's the 0-1. High. 1-1 to Hicks, the outstanding Sumrall second baseman. Again, the winner of this series, and of course Sumrall's in the driver's seat now, would go up against the winner of the Greene County South Pike series, which, if it were Greene County, that would be the old stomping grounds of Sumrall in the old district. Here's the 1-1. High, 2-1 to Hicks. Four hits in a row, a single, a triple, and 2 more singles. And then you throw Holloman's double in there. They've had everything but a home run. That ball gets away. Hawkins now advances to third. And Hicks is ahead in the count here, 3-1. And you kind of sense a little bit of body language dejection here by the Rangers. Here's the 3-1. Too high, and Hicks is aboard. That is the first walk of the night, surrendered by Ethan Keene. He has struck out 5 Bobcats. He's only walked 1. But here's Hampton Baudouin, who grounded out to the shortstop in his only other at bat. 4-0 Bobcats, but there's still only 1 out here in the 4th. Baudouin showing bunt, and then pulls back and looks at a pitch that's low. Four runs on 5 hits for Sumrall. Check that. 4 runs on 6 hits for Sumrall. 1 error. Nothing across the board. Now they've got Hicks in a rundown. He's tagged out, but the run will score. So Hawkins gets across. But Hicks is rung up for out number 2. That'll clean the bases completely and put 2 outs up on the board. And now the Ranger defense can focus completely on Baudouin. But 5 across for Sumrall. 5 runs on 5 hits in the inning. Fought it off for a strike. Great inning here for the Bobcats. And Jack Miller has been in control on the mound. Sumrall, of course, 10 running this Ranger team the other night, and that hit him. And I guarantee you it did more damage to the ball than it did to Baudouin. No need to look at Baudouin. Look at the baseball. The baseball probably has a bruise. So now Brazil comes to bat. He is the 9th man to come up in the inning. Brazil, the only man for Sumrall that has not batted in this, the 4th inning. The pitcher, Ethan Keene, wants a different baseball. You know, pitchers are kind of funny because sometimes the laces are raised, sometimes they're kind of sunken. Pitchers have a certain feel that they like on a baseball. And they're kind of quirky sometimes on what they like. So Keene against Brazil. Brazil has grounded out twice. First pitch to him is a strike. And I mean, he just drilled that fastball down the tube. Baudouin at first with 2 away. 5 across for Sumrall. The 0-1. Fought it off and fouled it away. So 0-2. Baudouin was on the run. So we'll see if Baudouin takes off again. He's not going this time. And Brazil looks at a pitch that's high, 1-2. Leading off the game, he grounded onto the first baseman who threw it to the pitcher covering, and then his second at bat, he grounded out to the pitcher and who gave it to the first baseman. So now, with that pitch low, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Should Brazil reach, then Landon Holloman would return to the scene of the crime. He started this whole thing with a double to lead off the inning. The pitch. Swung on, here's a little slap foul wide of first. So it's a foul. Sumrall looking to close out another first round series win in quest of another 4A state championship. Throw over to first and Baudouin back in time. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on again and golfed wide. But a good at bat. You don't know how it's going to end, but again, the more pitches you can waste on a starting pitcher where you know that the team you're facing is not real deep in pitching. And the Richland coaches, you know, say there's no sense in hiding it. There's nothing that you're really able to hide. Here's the 2-2 swung on, and this one is fouled off to the left side and out of play. We talked about that short fence down left field. Again, you really can't kind of see it because of the depth perception, but the bullpen down there to the left field side actually makes the left field fence shorter. And what they'd like to do is take that bullpen over there and shorten it up. But take that bullpen out of there, high, 3-2. So now Baudouin will be on the run. And then move the bullpen over to the left. Not even holding Baudouin now, so the carousel will start. There he goes, the 3-2 pitch. Tapped foul. Not only is Brazil's at bat here wearing on the arm of Ethan Keene, but as many times as Baudouin has started and had to go back, he's wearing out his teammate having to go back to first. A long but productive inning here for Sumrall. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Ball 4. Good at bat by Brazil. Runners at first and second now with 2 outs. And again, here's Holloman, who started this whole thing. Holloman doubled and scored at his last at bat, which was a far cry from his first at bat, which was a strikeout looking. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. Sumrall would like to plate some more. And a man in scoring position with 2 outs. He gets behind 2-0 here. He can look fastball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's a breaking ball. It gets away. Catcher can't find the ball. Both runners will move up. Now 2 men in scoring position. Andy Davis now wants to talk to Holloman. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a 2-0 pitch that Holloman roped to the gap, or actually to left last time, where he was able to get that. For a mere mortal, it would have been a single, but he was flying around first base, never doubting that he was going to go to second base. And got into second. So 2-0. Ethan Keene, as we mentioned, the starting pitcher for Richland, he was the starting catcher in game 1. So he's had plenty of work this week. And Holloman's got him right where he wants him here with a 2-0 count. 10 men to the plate here for Sumrall in the 4th inning, when they were going pretty quietly in the first 3 frames. And now another timeout is called. Sumrall Bobcats on the YouTube channel, brought to you by the following sponsors who have put their money where their mouth is. High and Tight Gentlemen's Club, we thank them for their support. Parkrite Striping and Seal Coating. Winburn Lawn and Landscaping. And a pitching change is happening here. So Ethan Keene is being pulled. Our list of sponsors continues. The Alpha Insurance Agency of Spencer Nixon, the architect firm of Landry Lewis in Germany, Kids Campus Learning Center, Watts Brothers Implements, American Graphics, Real South Hunting, and Diversified Forestry Management. We'll let everybody get moved around, and once the table is set, we'll report back to you. This is the home of Sumrall Bobcat Baseball. Back in Richland tonight, Kelly Sander along with producer engineer Mac Baudouin. Well, we told you at the top of the webcast that the game one pitcher was tonight's catcher, and the game one catcher was tonight's pitcher. Well, that's the way it is now. So tonight's starting pitcher is now behind the plate, and tonight's catcher is now on the mound. And a 2-0 pitch to Holloman is a strike, 2-1. So Ethan Keene is now behind the plate, and Carson Reed, who was the catcher, is now the pitcher. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, and he shoots it to center field, and that ball gets underneath the center fielder's glove. 2 runs will score. Holloman will get into second base. That's another double. Will not be ruled in air because it wasn't touched. 2 more runs are in. Another double for Holloman, 2 more RBIs. 7-0 Sumrall. And here is Walker Long. He and Hicks are the only 2 Bobcats that have not been on base tonight. Swing and a miss. So 2 away. He'll be moving on contact at second. Breaking ball low. 1-1 to Long, who came into this game hitting .433 with 4 homers and 41 runs batted in. He's headed to Holmes Community College next year. The 1-1. Fastball on the corner for a strike. 1-2 the count to Walker Long. 7 runs for Sumrall. 7 runs on 6 hits. Runner going, throw to third is a high throw into left field. Holloman scores again, and it is 8-0 Bobcats. So the count full at 3-2 to Walker Long. Really, had that been a called third strike, that would have ended the inning. So bases empty now and 2 away. Breaking ball low there, and now that fills the count at 3-2. Bobcats, you hardly heard a peep out of them offensively the first 3 innings. And now they've been up there for about an hour. And there's ball 4. So Long is on. And here's Connor Walker now. Malik McNair will run for Long. And here's Connor Walker, who has done a really good job at the plate tonight, going opposite field, a couple of obstacles there. 2 for 2, going the other way. There's a drive to center field. That ball is well hit in the field of play. It'll roll all the way to the wall. McNair will score easily, and Walker into second base with his 3rd hit of the night. It is 9-0 Sumrall. What in the world has gotten into the Bobcats in this inning? And here is Cade Clinton, who all he did was hammer a triple into the right center field gap his last time up. 9 runs on 8 hits in this inning. That bounces to the screen. Connor Walker is at third now. This is the 13th man to the plate in the inning. Clinton hitting .373, but that average will even go up a little bit. With that triple, he's got a run scored and a run batted in. The scoreboard doesn't register double digits here, but the 10th run of the inning is just 90 feet away for Sumrall. The 1-0 pitch. That one gets away. Here he comes to the plate. He scores, and it is 10-0. Ay, ay, ay. Base is empty, 2 away. And there have been 2 outs since Jimmy Carter was president. Three 3-0 now to Kate Clinton. Leo Odom on deck. That's outside, ball 4. So along with the 8 hits in the inning, there have been 4 walks in the inning, and here's Odom now. Leo has grounded to the pitcher and singled and scored. He's 1 for 2. Now the 14th hitter of the inning. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Senior night here at Richland. Just 2 seniors on this team, on the Richland team. They got a lot of youngsters. The sophomore and 8th grade class, pretty talented. So they've got a lot of talent in the cupboards yet to come here in Richland. Talked about all the Rankin County schools, man. There's from Puckett all the way to Northwest Rankin. The 2-0 pitch, runner going. Throw to second, that's a high throw. Clinton at second base after the high throw. Two-one count, a hitter's count for Odom with Hawkins on deck. Here's the 2-1. Almost got him, 3-1 inside. And can it be just a matter of time before producer engineer Mac Baudouin suits up and gets into the game? Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. That one is low and inside. Here's Hawkins. Now time is called. Hawkins is struck out and singled. He also has a run scored and a run batted in. And it looks like we may have another pitching change in the offing. That's what's happening. Looks like one of the youngsters may get an opportunity to get some playoff experience here tonight in Richland. So while the Rangers take a break, we will take one as well. Bobcats have this one in hand, and we'll report back to you in a moment. This is the home of Sumrall Bobcat Baseball. So Ben Bates, the first baseman, comes in and will try his luck with Hawkins and runners at first and second. Bates did pitch in game one. The side armor's first pitch is low and in the dirt. Hawkins hitting .264. He did add to his RBI total tonight. So he's got 23 on the year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Sumrall with 10 across in the inning. 10 runs on 9 hits, but 10 on 10 for the game. They do have an error, for what it's worth. The 2-0 pitch. That's there. So, Bates now, who started at first base, now into pitch. Moorhead, Jasper Moorhead, who started in left, is now playing first base. And Carson Reed went out to play left field. Here's the 2-1. Low and away, 3-1 to Hawkins. Tyson Hicks waiting for his second at bat of the inning. I'm not sure exactly what